Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading. I feel like you're moving into a time of huge and sudden changes, to be honest with you. This is like your life changing potentially in quite dramatic ways. There also seems to be a lot of synchronicity in your field. There was a lot of jumping cards, and when I was pre-shuffling, definitely this Fool card wanted to show itself. So I've shown it to you now. I'm gonna put it back into the deck. But just look at this little bird here, just stepping into the unknown. That very much feels like your energy. What it feels like is that you are about to ignite something. That is gonna completely change the world in a sense. And so it almost feels like you're gonna ignite this whether you're aware of it or not. It's like it feels like this has already been put into motion, and it's almost as if it's too late to stop it now, and so it's happening. But yeah, let's get into the cards and see what comes through with the cards as well. You did get the elk, and then you also got the panther and the fox. Let's speak about the elk first, because this was such a powerful image when it came out. When I was shuffling, I was hearing this song by Adele, I Set Fire to the Rain. And then this one came out and I was like, oh my god, this is the song for Scorpio. And the way it's coming through is that you're setting fire to, not the rain that is falling, but the rain, the crown, the old authority. It's being put on fire by your energy somehow, by the energy of Scorpio. So this is something collective, definitely. It's definitely bigger than individuals. But it seems to be coming through the field of Scorpio. So that's that one card. This is one person, one energy. I'm not sure, or it's an aspect within yourself. It is both the aspect that is setting fire to an old authority, but it's also the one that is being set fire to. If you see here, it's like the antlers are being put on fire. The crown is completely blazing. And so, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what this is, but let's see a bit later if anything else will come through there. You also got the panther and the fox. And I do actually feel like these are all different aspects, or different people as well, could be. So I do feel like these two are two different aspects, or two different people. This is someone, the panther is just such a force. This is someone, it feels extremely fierce, extremely like no bullshit. And even though it is the element of fire, it kind of comes through as a feminine energy. And it's just like a feminine energy of like just hissing and being completely just like cutthroat towards anything that is not pure. That's what I'm getting. This panther is really deadly to energies that are not pure. It's like this is a force. This is kind of like an anti-corruption energy is what I'm feeling. It's someone who's just gonna like all corruptedness. So, but it comes through as a feminine energy. It comes through as a force of nature. And it can play through humans, but this is not human. This is not a human energy. This very much feels like a grander, more evolutionary energy. Then you also got the fox, and I do feel like this is a bit more of a shady energy. If you look at this earth sign here, this is someone that they're lazy. Like they're a little bit lazy. They don't have a lot of energy within themselves. They get bored easily, and when they get bored, they just go looking for highs. And so this is someone that they haven't been able to cultivate their power at all yet. they're not lit up from within like this. Like, you know, if this energy comes through a person, it comes through people that are afraid of this panther. They don't face this vicious feminine force within themselves. They don't face death, their own deadliness, because yeah, they're too frightened, they're too lazy, they don't have the energy to, they live more on the surface. And so this fox energy, it comes through as kind of like a half shady, kind of schemy energy. And yes, it is a clever energy. So I think like the people that play out this energy a lot, they have been used to getting things that they want, in a sense, you know. They're not necessarily pleased with their lives, but they have been getting by, and they may feel these rushes of adrenaline when they're able to sneak and scheme so that they can get what they want. And so that's what I'm feeling. There are 3 different energies here, very, very different, and I'm excited to see what comes out. Life is gonna change for these 3 different energies. That's what I'm feeling. These 3 different, the people that hold space for these energies. So let's see here. What do we need to know for Scorpio? Wow, okay. I didn't know, but the deck, I held the deck in reverse. So underneath the deck now is the 4 of Swords. And then the cards coming out. The 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. So yeah, I feel like you're going through right now a period. This reading is probably going to be for those of you that can recognize these 3 different forces within yourself. And if you can, I feel like you have reached a specific level of maturity to where you actually have the power to change your life. Like I said in the beginning, it feels like your life is gonna change. And so if you can recognize the 3 energies within yourself, you have the power to make choices for yourself, to kind of decide a little bit in what direction your life will change, how it will change. I feel for people that aren't aware of energies at all, you know, they're living in a more superficial manner. These are people, they won't be able to make choices when it comes to energies, because they can't even see it, you know. They're not even noticing the energies, you know. They're not even noticing their thoughts as energies. They are just being driven by them. And so I feel like this reading is for those of you that you're either wanting to become more aware of your energies, you know, the energies, so that you can start to choose your destiny more, or you're already there, like you're already aware. And with these cards coming out, I feel like right now you're gonna move through a time of it's almost like a time of chaos, where things first is almost like everything is going to be thrown up into the air, but then there will be this moment of freeze. That's what I'm feeling for those of you that can see energies. You will get a moment in time where it's almost like everything is frozen in the air, and you can get to tune into all of these different timelines and choose what timelines you want to pull into your life. And so look out for that. And I feel like this is happening after this moment of setting fire to the rain. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, and I actually feel like this has already happened. It just happened for me, that moment in my subconscious. And it was actually this feminine energy that came through and set fire to the rain. So I don't know if that's going to be the same for everyone. I think that you may also be able to see this moment on a collective scale. So there may be some kind of like darker feminine energies, just like vicious feminine energies coming out, and in a sense doing things that that brings down the old authority in some kind of way. And in most places, the old authority has been like a big man, you know, of some kind. And so what we're seeing here is a little bit of like a darker feminine energy breaking down a older, like established masculine energy of some kind. And if this is only happening within yourself, you know, you're breaking down an old value system that you had within yourself. And I feel like actually this is a value system for a lot of you. If you haven't been able to manifest a lot of money for yourself yet in your life, I feel like this value system that you're breaking down is actually kind of the feelings of dimming your own light. I think that if you're at a point in your life where you haven't been able to manifest a lot of money for yourself, it means that you haven't really been able to connect to your inner light, you know, to your inner fierceness, this spirit of kind of like zest for life, of like, I am important. You know, this is that, I feel like this is that spirit, like a feminine spirit that is coming from the earth itself. It's an evolutionary energy. You know, it's life wanting to continue to live. It's life wanting to get what it needs to manifest itself in a higher potential, you know, in a higher vibration. And so that force is very, you know, it's like a mother protecting its child, its children, you know. It's like it takes its right and it's vicious, but it's not evil, you know. It's evolution. It's evolution. That's what I'm feeling. So this is an energy that will create space within you, and create the feeling of like, finally you're stepping into a place where you can actually I feel start to shine, where you can actually start to be yourself publicly without having this constant energy of anxiety and fear and doubt around yourself. So there is a powerful liberation coming for some of you. And I feel with this liberation, when this happens, you're no longer gonna be interested, willing, you know, to deal with any of these fox energies, these half shady energies. And so you're not even going to consider playing that type of behavior out within your own life. And you're also not going to let other people that plays out this type of behavior come very close to you. You know, it's like even your energy field is just going to scare them away, because they're just going to be like, yeah, there are no easy schemes here. Like, there are no easy schemes here when the panther is out. It's like the panther is bigger than me. The panther is just gonna, you know, end me, take my head. So that energy of like half shadiness is definitely leaving your life if this resonates. And I feel like that is actually what's going to help you to start to create a more solid foundation for yourself. A place where you can feel secure. Again, when this turns over, when you set fire to the rain and the panther emerges from within and starts taking her place, starts taking her light back, that's when I feel like, wow, yeah, a lot of changes actually are going to start to happen in your life. Wow, that is a huge moment. That is a huge moment. And also with the Four of Swords underneath the deck, I feel like it's almost like the clouds are going to disappear from your mind. Like the anxiety is going to disappear. The procrastination is going to disappear. Because it's like when we procrastinate, it's almost like we're trying to build our light. We're trying to constantly build our light, to build our energy. But we're not realizing that if we just remove the old authority, you know, if you just remove the old templates, if you just remove the voices inside our mind that says you have to be different than what you naturally are, then we don't have to procrastinate. You know, there is nothing that we don't need to create this artificial high, because it's like, if we can be ourselves, if we feel secure being ourselves, then we're already lit up. You know, we won't take no bullshit, because we know that we have the right to be here. We have the right to be on fire. You know, it's evolution. It's the force of evolution. And so, wow, that is powerful for some of you. A lot of power coming in for some of you. Let's see if there's anything else, because I do feel like this hasn't happened for all of you yet. So maybe we can get a card for those of you. Yeah, let's see. Underneath the deck was the Six of Wands here. And then the card that came out, Ace of Pentacles. There is something about, yeah, you have to start. You have to, I feel like for you to get to this place where you will finally be able to set fire to the old reign, to the old crown, and be free and become this force that doesn't second guess itself so much. You have to start reaching out. You have to start letting your energy reach out. You have to start practicing. That's what I'm feeling with this Eight of Pentacles. Practicing reaching out. So whatever that means is like practicing. It's like if you're watching this video, you probably have some kind of idea in your mind about what it is that you would be really happy doing, you know, in your life. Is there something that you're dreaming of, like some kind of purpose-filled work or something like that, that you want to spend your days doing? Or maybe this is even in terms of a specific relationship. It could definitely be romantic, that, you know, you're in a position where you're wanting to step up and be more serious and clean up your shit and just, you know, go your own way, you know, create your own little thing, create your own family. It could be many things. Either way, I feel like this energy of like, you have to start practicing that. You have to start practicing your walk. You have to start leaving some footprints. And with this Six of Wands here, it's like, don't be so afraid of it not being perfect. Like, it's not gonna be. It's impossible. It's impossible to move from a place of not having a voice at all, or not being comfortable with sharing the truth of who you are at all, to a place where you are fully comfortable, fully in your power, and everyone is loving it. That doesn't happen. Like, that doesn't happen. You have to, there is a stepping up process, is what I'm feeling here. You know, there is a rising process, a lifting process. So some of you, I feel like you know this, because that's what you've been going through over the past maybe years even, that you've been in this slow rise, getting more and more connected, you know, really purifying yourself here with these two energies. And now, like I said, you may have reached this point where you're just like, you're just setting fire. You're lighting yourself up. You're on fire now. You're lit up from the inside. And as a result, you're starting to rise above these old timelines. It's like you're moving into something new space. You're moving into new space. This could be about moving as well. Finding your own space finally. Wow, okay, so Seven of Pentacles underneath the deck. Then a bunch of cards here coming out. We have the Three of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse, the Empress, Two of Wands. There are some choices here. And then there were two more cards facing down. They fell on top of these cards here. So let's see. Wow, yeah, 8 of Wands and the Mother of Wands. So I feel like you have to do some sorting out of your own mind. Because I feel like to get to this place of setting fire to the rain, your consciousness can't be like based in duality. It's like it's impossible to get to this place, I feel, if you're thinking in terms of good and bad, evil and good. Because this force here that is kind of gonna liberate you, you know, this can be evil. You know, this can definitely be an evil force, but it can also be a force of liberation if used in the right way. And so I don't think your mind is going to allow you to connect to this deep evolutionary feminine force unless you are stepping out of duality. You know, so that's what I'm feeling. So I would say, like, stop trying to push yourself to move forward and push yourself to like perform, because I kind of get that energy for some of you that you're constantly you're constantly on your own back. Like here also with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you're creating a lot of burden for yourself, because I feel like you're constantly on your own back, blaming yourself for not being able to move forward. But the reason that I feel that you can't move forward is because your mind is still locked within duality. It's not about this or that, you know. It's like this is an internal process. You have to start to understand yourself more. Also with the elk here, it's something about you have to build your own light. You have to start to think for yourself. Again, it's not about leaning on external authority. It's not about leaning on external books, you know, books, other people that have figured something out, they write a book and now we are all supposed to follow that same path. That is not connecting to this force of the panther. You know, that is not connecting to you, your unique life essence, like bursting forth within you, because this is going to be very special. You know, it's different from everyone else, how this energy will express within you. And so I feel like for some of you, definitely starting to understand reality for yourself to a greater extent is what I'm feeling. Spending more time also, you know, I'm actually hearing meditating with the trees. Tuning into nature, like instead of just tuning into like people and the books, you know, written by people, it's like tune into nature pre-word, because again, this force, it feels like it's coming from an evolutionary space that existed before the word, you know, before the word even came into being. This is an energy that all animals, or I'm hearing a lot of animals, have. And so it's like using your mind, I feel, in a different way, in a more raw way, more, in a sense, primordial. And again, that can be read as evil. You know, if you're Christianity, for instance, like the Old Testament would read that energy as evil. You know, it's coming from the earth, it's primordial, it's dark, it's vicious, oh, it's evil. But it's not necessarily evil when it is on a path of rising, when it is on a path of coming into the light and reaching its potential. You know, it's not evil anymore. That's what I'm feeling. It's, you know, it's rising towards its potential. So, yeah. Let's do one final card to sum up here, though. And there is a lot of potential for you. There is a lot of potential for you. Some of you, you're so close to this. Some of you, you have some work to do to to step onto this timeline. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, wow. 2 of Cups underneath the deck and 6 of Cups as well. So actually, for some of you, if you are far away from this timeline, you might actually experience that a relationship will take you closer to this timeline. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. The other cards that came out, there were the 8 of Swords and then the Hermit and the Star. And so again, I feel this message of like, instead of feeling hopeless, being stuck in this position, you know, receive the guidance, take the hint, and start to build your own mind, start to build your own light, start to build yourself up from the inside, instead of kind of hating yourself for not being able to move forward, not being able to spread your wings, because it's like your own energy is holding you back. That's for a reason. You know, that's for a reason. That's because your mind isn't connected enough to, you know, your truth, to that deep evolutionary force within you. And when it's not, you can't really set fire to the rain, because you are the rain. It's like most of your brain is still in that old rain. And so if you set fire to the rain, you're gonna be the one burning. You know what I mean? And so it's like you're trapped within that old matrix until you start to build the new within yourself, until you start to really connect to your potential, like where you are different from everyone else, like the light that no one else has, the experience that no one else around you understands you for, what everyone seems to be missing, that's your thing, that's your light. Other people won't be able to mirror that back to you. You have to mirror that back to you. You have to be that star within yourself and protect yourself and protect that thing. You see here with the Mother of Wands protecting the eggs, with the Hermit here using his own shell to protect himself. If you're feeling held back, it's because you're not protecting yourself well enough within yourself. And so it's like you become an easy prey. You're easily pushed around by others and their energy field. And so it's like you don't have a voice. That's what I'm feeling. And so there you may be dealing with quite a lot of sadness and heartache and just like the sense of powerlessness. But this is actually part of the journey. This is actually what will help you to connect to this force of the Panther, going into that dark and starting to understand it. From what I can see here, that is the way. Like, that is the way. Go into the dark, start to understand it, start to protect your own uniqueness instead of trying to change it, because it's like your mind is still connected to the old rain. And then it's almost like when you've done that enough, you're gonna start to feel more comfortable practicing leaving footsteps again. You know, you're gonna start to feel more comfortable practicing reaching out. And when you do that, you're gonna start to receive all of these messages that are showing you kind of where your mind is still stuck, you know, to the old bramble here, to the old timelines, the old wands. And you're gonna be able to find the power to just, you know, steer, like to just make new choices for yourself and find a better direction. And yeah, there may be a lot of doubt during this process, a lot of not believing in yourself and not knowing what your next step will be. But again, I feel like it's the only way. It's the way. The way into the new light is through the dark. That's what I'm getting. So take care, Scorpio. This is a powerful time for you. Use it well. Thank you for watching. Bye.